Alright, did you guys enjoy that?
Yes!
So, I guess just a little bit about myself and, where I started flaring. I've been working in bars for 5 years now. I really enjoy it. I first started at a little seafood restaurant. Did my Certificate 3 there, and in your Certificate 3 you sort of move around and you do all sorts of hospitality work, but my favourite shift all time, bar. I love working the bar, I love making the cocktails. I love it when people are happy when I present them a drink that they love. It makes my day. But the first ever Flair trick I saw was the bottle spin. My friend, that's all he knew, he was pretty useless. One day I just saw him, he had an empty bottle and he just did that. And that was the first ever Flair trick I ever saw. And I was thoroughly impressed with it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Honestly, I thought, oh my god, I wish I could do that. So, I went home, I practiced for hours and hours and hours. And finally I got it and I thought, this can't be it, there's more to Flair than just a little spin on the hand. And so, we live in a digital age, on a computer, the YouTube thing, typed in Flair bartending, and the first ever Flair bartending video I ever saw was one of Nicolas Saint-Jean at the Paparazzi in Warsaw. Nicolas Saint-Jean is a genius when it comes to Flair. The man is, he just does things with bottles that, it's insane. When you see this man Flair, there is nothing that could beat it. And so, he was the first person I ever saw Flair, the first professional Flairer. And what I saw him do blew my mind, and I said to myself that day, I'm going to be like him. Because everybody's got to set themselves a goal. Life is pretty miserable, so, we all know it. Life can be very miserable, and so you've got to set yourself goals so that you can, there's a light at the end of that tunnel, because life is a bitch. And so I said to myself, I'm going to be like him one day. I'm going to be up there in front of a lot of people. I'll be flaring bottles, making drinks. I want to feel like a rock star. Don't we all want to feel like a rock star? Seriously. We all want to feel like a rock star. So I practice every single day. And I would, for the stall, I used to practice that so much that my hands would cramp. And when I went to catch it, they just wouldn't open. I'd hold it up like that, and I just couldn't put my hand out. That's how much I practiced. And I just kept doing it because it's what I loved. I loved to flair, and I love to show people flair because for some weird reason people seem to enjoy it when people throw bottles around. I don't know why, but that's you guys, so I just flared 24/7. My mother hated it because, fly out of the hand, hit a wall, make a mark. My mother some days wanted to kill me because I am destroying her walls, and her tiles too. These things break tiles. But she put up with it because she knew I loved it, and yeah. What else was I going to say? Stop laughing. Well, who wants to come up and flare? Come on. If you don't put your hand up, I'm going to pick some people out. 1, 2, 3, 4 bottles. I need 3 more people.
Can I just tell you that I've got 2 left hands and I'm right-handed. So it could be very funny.
But I think we're still missing 2 more people. So, anybody wants to come up?
Come on, guys!
Boom! Miss Gragg, up the back there. And I'm going to take Gideon. We need a...
She just said don't hit her with a bottle. Now's my opportunity.
There you are, sir. Now, is there anything any of you would like to learn in particular? Anything you...
I just want to be able to catch it.
Well, that's pretty simple. That's a catch.
I want to do a backflip.
You want to do behind the back one?
No, backflip.
What do you mean?
What, a whole one with yourself?
Oh, you mean...
No, I want to flip and then catch it.
course, we'd love to see this. Well, I can't backflip. Well then, hold it. We'll do a stall. That was the first official Flair move I ever learned. So this one here is the stall. Okay? It's just catching it on the hand. Well, first of all, you guys are rock stars. Chill out, guys. You want to learn. So first of all, what you got to do is you got to find somewhere on your hand that's comfortable. You just place the bottle on your hand, and wherever you've got to keep your hand as flat as possible. And where it feels comfortable, is that comfortable? Can you move your bottle around? Like moving that around. So I always find it's best to put it between the knuckles and the middle of my fingers. And then that's easy. That's anyone can do that. Even me. Even those guys. Okay, we're gonna step it up a notch. I want you to do this. Oh! So what you're going to do is, just get... I'm a horrible teacher. I know how to do stuff. But when it comes to teaching, I'm absolutely useless. So forgive me. Just a nice little flick, and then catch it on the hand. You've got to get it in that flat position that we were talking about. So, you're either going... Who's not getting it? So it's got to be nice and slow. Alright, what about this one? That's better? Alright, so this is a behind the back. We're going to be here for ages trying to find a trick again. To say that or Alright, this is a behind the back. It's simple for me. I don't know about you guys. So what we're going to do is, essentially it's up, drop, and you've got to move your hand here to the bottle. You're not throwing it, you've got to go up and move your hand to it. So it's just dropping, essentially. It's just dropping the hand. I think she still wants to do the backflip.
Still lifestyle.
A lot. Just up. So just going up, and we're moving. So do you understand this? Just up, drop, and then you've got to move to the bottle. So Miss Gragg, I think you were the only one who got that.
Yeah.
I know.
Show us.
Did you watch it?
That, just do one spin. You're spinning on that. Okay. No, not on your palm. Hold it, and you're spinning it there. And it's just... You're going to make the noise. No, it's moving your hand. Spin. That's it. Look, Gideon got it. Now we just got to find a trick that you can do. Everyone's got a trick so far.
Boring tricks.
Well, okay.
Somebody's going to have an appointment.
Hold up. Keep learning this. Okay, this is...
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I can do that.
Just flick up and catch. No. No, you got to catch
Do it
it
again.
like that. By the...
Oh, that way.
Right.
Oh, I can do it.
Shot good.
Ooh.
So you're holding it by the neck and you're catching it by the neck in the same way. So you hold it like you're
No,
going to
I
catch
can't do
it.
it. I can't do it.
There is...
Is something like this, where I go...
I think they deserve a round of applause. So.
Yes.
So thank you very much to Alex Earley. We're gonna to have a 10 minutes break, so you have...
Wait. I think it's important to mention that this is Alex's first show, like in front of a real audience.
Thank you very much. Alright.
So we're going to have a 10 minutes break, so if you want to refresh yourself, grab coffee, a cafe.
Hold up, before everyone leaves, just quickly. Stick around until 5 o'clock, because that's when we start flaring with fire. And it gets a lot more interesting.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. So that'll be a lot more interesting when there's fire sticking out the top. So please come back.